Hey, welcome everyone to another guide. Yeah, this is for Lies of P OVERTURE DLC. This will be my full 100% in terms of trophies. Yes, I'm going to get through every trophy here in under 2 hours. It's going to take you a bit longer, but yeah, the route is under 2 hours. As you can see, I'm skipping cutscenes and I've cut out loading times to try and speed up the video a little bit as well. I have got a full text guide for this, which shows 100% in terms of all items collected. But what I've done, I've highlighted all the items in green, which I'm not collecting in the actual video walkthrough. Yes, in this video walkthrough, we're just going for anything related to trophies or going to help us along the way. We choose some butterflies guidance. As you can see, I'm on New Game Plus. Make sure you're on New Game Plus because you have to get golden records to get all the trophies, and they don't spawn a new game. So yes, make sure you come into the DLC on New Game Plus. On New Game Plus, you can access DLC from Chapter 5 onwards. In New Game, you can access it from Chapter 9 onwards. And as I loaded up my save game there, you just saw exactly how long I took on my previous playthrough. Yeah, this is on a platinum save. So if you followed my platinum guide, this should be where you're currently at. You can also now put dash on L3, by the way, which is quite helpful. Jump is still L3, but just really helpful having dash on L3 as well. And there should be 3 quartz available. These quartz were added in an update, which happened after I made the platinum guide initially. So I'm just going to buy them 3 quartz, and I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to show you what my build is for my P organ. So if you're new or you don't remember, maybe you did follow my platinum guide and you're coming here now, guys. Yes, make sure your P organ is similar to this. It doesn't have to be the same. I mean, if you want to use a different build, you can do. They are just new benefit items there, which came in updates. Yeah, you don't have to use my same build, but pretty much I'm going to be using throwables for bosses, and then for other enemies along the way, I'm going to be blocking with my Aegis shield and just attacking from behind it, from the safety of my shield. Yeah, so you want to make sure you've got a lot of throwables. About 70 of each should be a good number. You buy most of them from the Malum District trader. Yeah, so these are all my P organ abilities I've got unlocked. So like I say, you can go for the same build if you want to, or just use this to match up and make sure you've got something similar to me. But all this is in the text guide, so you actually want a list to check. You can just look at that if you don't want to keep pausing the video to make sure you're exactly got the same as me. Remember, to reset your P organ, you need to go to the scientist statue back in the arcade area, I believe it is. Is it the arcade area? Oh no, sorry, it's the, I think it's a museum area, the art gallery. Yeah, you have to go to the scientist statue in order to upgrade, to reset your P organ and your level. I'll show you my level in a minute. My stats, I'm level 126. Yeah, so these are my amulets that I'm having equipped. Yes, you can swap these up a bit if you want. I mean, that one which increases damage was puppets or carcasses or humans. Just change that up depending, and try to make sure your weight is not slightly heavy. Yeah, you want it same as me. You do not make it so you're heavy, because of course if it is, you'll be a bit slower and your stamina will not regenerate as fast. Yeah, your clothing does not matter. And my weapon, as you see, I'm using live puppet's axe, and these are my levels. So I'm 126. I've mainly got about 30 or 35 in each, but 5 in technique. Although my weapon is motivity based, the advance will increase my throwable damage. Yeah, that's why I've got a few in advance to increase my throwable damage. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm just going back to the Stargazer, and I'll show you where I'm going to buy my throwables. So you probably want about 70 of each. So Malum District, and this is a good spot to purchase new throwables, guys. So if you ever do need to buy more, you don't have to buy more now. I mean, later on we are going to be upgrading our P organ when you unlock a new feature, and that make it so prices will be a lot cheaper. Yeah, throwables should just make it so you can kill enemies a lot, well, bosses a lot quicker. Yeah, my boss fights pretty much just going to be blocking and lobbing things at them, and all the other enemies I'm pretty much going to be running past them unless they drop something we need for platinum. You know, or unless you have to kill them to unlock a door. Yeah, sometimes you have to kill an enemy to unlock a door behind them or a gate. Not often, but it's a few times when we have to in this DLC. Yeah, 70 of each. I'm not going to bother with the sawtoothed wheels. Yeah, I never bother with them because they just do such a tiny amount of damage. But yeah, everything else I'm going to buy 70 of them. Yeah, not the ones, you don't have to buy canisters you throw on the floor. I never use them canisters. Just the things you actually throw. You know, like the saw blades. You've got the blade, you've got the sharp pipe, got the carcass throwable, you've got the thermite throwable, you've got electric one, you've got a shot put, and you've also got like little grenades, the cluster grenade. Yes, I'm buying all of them. 70 of each, and that should last us for the whole of the DLC. Like I say, you can come back here if you want later to buy more. You don't have to buy more now. You can just walk back here at any point. Yeah, so I've got a lot of ergo consumables where I've built up for my platinum. You remember, this goes straight on to my platinum walkthrough, so if you follow that, the build should be pretty much almost exactly the same. And you should have all the same equipment, everything. I think this resumes control after completing New Game Plus. So we complete New Game Plus, and then we continued New Game Plus. We spawned back in Hotel Krat after defeating the final boss. I think the name is Puppet again, and this is kind of where I left the platinum safe. Right, so once you're ready, yes, we're going to warp to the Path of the Pilgrim. So Path of the Pilgrim in Chapter 5. And as you saw when I first loaded up the DLC back into Hotel Krat, that Stars Chrysalis item appeared. That's what you need to actually access DLC. Like I say, in New Game you don't get it until Chapter 9 in the story, but in New Game Plus you get it on Chapter 5. And then when you come to Path of the Pilgrim, this does not happen automatically. Interact with Stargazer, guys, and you should get this little cutscene. Yeah, that's the Stars Chrysalis item. Yeah, a butterfly emerges from it. So I'm going to point out just anything along the kind of main path. I do try to pick up most ergo consumables I pass. You'll find in New Game Plus as well. Every New Game Plus you go up, the ergo consumables kind of upgrade. So you might find like a fragment in New Game, but in New Game Plus that'll be a chunk. Then in New Game Plus that might be like a crystal, for example. Yeah, all the ergo pickups upgrade on each playthrough. So yes, come over here, guys, and there'll be like a little cutscene. Yeah, then after this it'll ask you if you want to go into the DLC. Of course, you want to choose yes. There's a lot of missable stuff here, so you need to be very, very careful. Yeah, if you do want to do 100% in terms of collecting all the items, yeah, you might find it best referring to my text guide. Like I say, I've got everything there, but everything I don't collect, I've highlighted in green. I have actually made it all myself. You know, I went through first 100% in the game, collecting everything. You know, learning all these like little other things you can unlock by performing specific actions. And then when I went through optimizing, just speedrunning it, pretty much doing only trophy related stuff, that's when I just decided to highlight it rather than delete it. So I do normally delete all the stuff we don't need, but I thought I'd leave it in and just highlight it green for those that want to do it. So yes, we're going to be running past mostly enemies. As you see, I've got my massive weapon. Yeah, the reason I went with this weapon, by the way, I think it's because it's got the highest block percentage in the game, the highest guard reduction out of all the weapons. Yeah, this weapon has the highest guard reduction. I think that's why I went with this one. So yeah, run past all these enemies. Don't worry, anything related to trophies, guys, we're doing everything. So if you think I've avoided anything, I've not. Perhaps what you read online was maybe incorrect, or there's another way to do it, for example. Right, yes, this is all tested. I've done this a few times, optimized it, tried it again, make sure it all works. So got our first Stargazer. Always try to activate Stargazers when you go past them, because if you don't activate them, you'll never be able to walk back there, and you might want to walk back at some point. Yeah, so that is Krat Zoo. Yeah, the first few chapters are the longest in the DLC, and chapter 3, 4 and 5 go by quite quick. Yeah, 1 and 2 are the longest. So don't think because 1 and 2 took like almost an hour, the rest are. They don't. The last few go by a lot quicker. Yeah, of course, I'm on Butterfly's Guidance. If you're on a high difficulty, you need to be even more careful. Yeah, surprisingly added difficulty options, and it's not to the point where it makes it a lot easier. I mean, even if you put it on Butterfly's Guidance, even if you try speedrun in the main game, you can still get killed quite easy. The game still picks up in difficulty after about halfway through it, and if you've not quite been like optimizing your build and stuff, you can still get killed really quickly, even on Butterfly's Guidance. So it's not like a automatic like easy mode option. It just, I guess, increases, you know, your defense a little bit and decreases the damage the enemy does, probably like 10 or 20%. But yes, I just grabbed a Radiant Ergo chunk, just grabbed it as I ran past. Then we'll continue up here, guys, and enter the Hall of Adventure by opening this door, and inside will be a Stargazer. So if that big enemy's chasing you, you'll not be able to activate a Stargazer. So what I normally do, I run straight to the back. There's a book at the back here, you have to read it to get a gesture. You need all gestures for a trophy. So grab this book. Yes, that's the Discover Wildlife Bears. You have to read every single page to make gesture appear. It didn't appear then because I got interrupted. But yes, now I'm going to walk back and hopefully I can now activate that Stargazer. Yes, I can. Right, but it gets locked again in a minute when it comes within proximity. But it's activated, that's a good thing, because we do have to walk back to that Stargazer later on in the guide. Yeah, we do have to walk back here at some point, guys, so make sure you activate it. Right, I'm going to come around here, going to climb down this ladder, and I'll just read that book again to get that gesture. Yeah, I'm coming down here because there's a quartz. I don't get all the quartz, but I do get 1 or 2 in this first area. Yeah, because I want 12. Yeah, when we come to upgrading, when we unlock the new feature, I want to have 12 in order to upgrade all the things I want to. So yes, make sure you read that book, this one here, Discover Wildlife Bears. Read it every page, and when you back out, you'll get a gesture, Play Dead. And I was trying to loot this chest here without attacking the enemies. I have normally done in the past without too much trouble. I can quickly loot the chest and then get back up the ladder. But here, I just kept getting interrupted. You'll find this will happen quite a lot. Yeah, so if you just want to play it safe, just knock out these enemies, guys, and then try and loot it. But like I say, I have managed to loot it in the past without killing these enemies. But it's just a bit unlucky on this occasion. Yeah, I'm going to give it another go. Yeah, I did try. I did give it a few attempts before I kind of gave up and decided to defeat the enemies. Yeah, so with this build, Aegis and this big sword, you can just kind of hold your shield out and just keep attacking like so. That's it. You do have to kind of manage your stamina and your legion, because if you run out of stamina, you'll get hit through the shield. But yeah, it's quite good. But yeah, in that chest is a quartz. Going to grab that and climb back up this ladder. Yeah, so we need to get every weapon, we need to get every gesture, we need to get every record for trophies. We also need to decrypt every cipher with the tracker a bit later on. So yes, once you climb back up, go into stream on the left. Over here will be a resplendent ergo chunk. I'm just going to grab that. I don't ever really use these, but I'm just grabbing them all just to show you, because that'll give you some extra ergo should you need it. Yeah, you might see me as well avoiding a lot of NPCs because you do not need to talk to them. I mean, there's a guy out there on the balcony you can chat to, but there's no need, you know, in relation to trophies. So we're going to continue around here next. This is the path we need to go into progress. Yeah, watch this enemy jumping through the window. And then here we're going to drop down. There's going to be a large enemy here. So as soon as you drop down, try to dodge to recover quickly and then run past him. Or try to take him out if you want to. So when you got these steps, we're going to go right first because it's going to lead us to our first new weapon of the DLC, the bow. Yeah, the bow can be quite good. I don't really use it. It is actually infinite, which is nice. You know, it just uses stamina. You know, your arrows are infinite. But yeah, I don't ever really use it. So yes, grab that weapon. Yeah, the royal horn bow. Then once you got it, go back to the fork in the stairs, guys, and then go up the other side. That's it. Once you get here, drop down here. Then first we're going to unlock the shortcut door back to that recent Stargazer. You remember, I'm avoiding anything which I don't think is useful, and if it's not related to trophies. So keep that in mind. I mean, there might be something you think is useful which I don't. Apologies for that. But I'm showing you anything which I think is useful or it's going to make the game a bit easier. So yes, open that shortcut door just in case you need to come back here later. Right, going to go across here. There's some butterflies on the right there, which if you kill them all, some white ones, you get a quartz. Now in the middle here will be another ergo. Yeah, a splendid ergo chunk. Going to grab that. Yeah, the ancient discs as well. I'm leaving the ancient discs. You get one anyway for platinum. Not for platinum, sorry, but for completing one of the trophy tasks, you do get an ancient disc from the tracker. So I'm going to use that one to buy the records. Yeah, it's 3 golden records we need, and they only appear in New Game Plus. Right, continue along here, and we're going to get to this next Stargazer. There's a big enemy coming up, and we have to kill this enemy because he drops a Legion plug, and you need 2 Legion plugs to craft the new Legion arms. You have to obtain all weapons and the new Legion arms for a trophy. So you have to get his 2 plugs. So yes, I'm going to trigger that safe. Around here is a new item, Miraculous Enhancement Ampule. These are quite good. I do collect most of them, but I don't actually use them, but I'm collecting them in case you want to use them. Yeah, they kind of like temporarily increase your max HP and stuff, or recover all your HP and Legion all at once, which is nice. So yes, this big carcass enemy, we have to defeat him. So these carcass enemies, I believe they're weak to fire, if I remember. That's why I'm using fire on my weapon. And yes, just going to take him out. This guy's actually quite tough. You might want to use throwables on him. I mean, throwables will knock him out really quick. But yeah, he does inflict freeze, so just be very, very careful. When you are inflicted with freeze, it will slowly knock your health down. Yeah, it is actually quite tough. Yeah, so with this weapon as well, with my build on it, so I've got the live purpose axe, but the handle is the coil Mohunya handle, I believe it is. And with the handle, you can actually use absolute defense, Fable Art, which will make it so you can block fury attacks. So when a fury attack is incoming, as long as you press it at the right time, because it doesn't have like a massive window, when you do the Fable Art, you normally have like a few seconds and then it will deactivate. So when you see a fury attack incoming, I can hold L1 and press triangle and I'll block it, even on New Game Plus. On New Game Plus Plus, you do actually get a P-Organ ability to block fury attacks, but you don't have that on New Game Plus yet. And when an enemy health bar is flashing like so, remember you can use the shot put to stagger them instantly. That's it, yeah, when the health bar is flashing, you kind of either charge attack or shot put to stagger them instantly, and there you go. You get Genius Legion plug. You need them to craft the 2 new Legion arms. There's one there, and we get the other one in the, I think it's in the cave area, which is chapter 3. So yes, you definitely need to kill them, guys, because you need that Legion plug. There's something you can do there with the birds in that tree. That's something I've mentioned in the text guide. I don't do it myself. But yeah, to get a few new to do another quest, you don't have to do it for platinum. But yeah, sorry for 100% trophies, but you can do it. It's in my 100% text guide. But yes, I grab that Radiant Ergo chunk. I'm going to come down here. Just be careful because a big snowball come rolling down. It will smash his eyes up ahead, and you have to loot his chest because there's a weapon inside. Yeah, so grab that weapon, guys. The Lorenzini bolt. Yeah, grab that new weapon. And once you've done so, you're going to come up here, up this ramp. There's a save point coming up, guys, not too far away. So push on a little bit further and you should be okay. Yeah, so much green in my text, guys. So much green highlighted text, which we are avoiding. Yeah, so if you do the step with them birds, you get the golden seed. And it leads you to a few more quest things later. It eventually leads you to something to decorate your gramophone with. Which is really just, it leads you to a cosmetic item eventually. So it's not needed for trophies or anything like that. So yes, come in here, guys, activate Stargazer. Right, and we've got a big boss coming up. The first big boss. Just going to grab a few items and then go and defeat the boss. So I'm going to run around here. Just before you drop down here, there'll be a new item called the Gemini's Enhanced Detection. It sounds like it makes you invisible or something. It doesn't. It makes it so enemies drop more ergo. That's what that one does. So drop down here, go left. Over here will be another miraculous recovery ample. Yes, I'm going to grab that item there. Like I say, I never use them, but I'm showing you where they are because they can be quite helpful if you save them for boss fights. And then over here, guys, is a vivid ergo crystal. That's it. We've got everything we need. Just going to climb this ladder over here and then engage the boss. So this boss, I'm going to use throwables, and this is pretty much how every boss fight is going to go. Yes, we're just going to block, we're going to lob throwables. You will normally have a NPC helper helping you, like, you know, when you use a star fragment. I think this is the only boss in the DLC where you have to fight him yourself. I think there's one more. But yeah, most of them you will have a helper later. So yes, be ready with your throwables. It's a carcass enemy, so you might want to also equip your amulet, which makes so you do more damage to carcass enemies. Yeah, he will try to grab you with his mouth, so be careful. But yeah, just keep using your throwables. Remember, when his health bar flashes, lob a shot put to instantly stagger him. Yes, and that's pretty much how it's going to go, guys. Just evading and throwing. Evading and throwing. Yeah, cluster grenades are quite good. They don't do a massive amount of damage, but they kind of lock the enemy in place, and they do a lot of damage to their, like, I guess you could call it hidden stagger bar. You know, of course, when that hidden stagger bar is built up, then the health bar will flash, and you can stagger them by lobbing a shot put or using their charge attack. So there now, his health bar is flashing, so lob a shot put, and that will knock him down. Then I'm going to quickly buff my weapon with fire, so I do more damage. You can try and get a few normal hits in, guys, and then do your fatal attack for massive damage. Right, almost got him. Just a few more throwables. Yeah, so this is the easy way to do it, guys, using throwables. Like I say, if you increase your advance, your stats, your throwable should do more damage. Because each throwable does have a attribute which it scales off. Most of the big ones, you know, like the fire, electric and acid, they normally scale off advance. But some of the other ones scale off motivity. Like, I think the shot put scales off motivity, if I'm thinking right. But yeah, once you beat him, climb the ladder at the end. Stargazers do normally appear after a boss in the arena, but not with that guy. That guy, just continue on, climb this ladder, grab a star fragment. You want that for the next boss coming up, and then trigger the Stargazer. Yeah, so we're next going to go into the greenhouse. Let me just stop a minute and save my game. So I do not want this recording to crash. It can happen. It'll crash and I'll lose all that progress and I have to record the whole thing again. Right, it's all done, puppets. We should be ready to go. So open this gate. Yeah, so these enemies can be a little bit annoying. There's an enemy coming up where you have to defeat him in order to lower a ladder. And the problem is, he's not too bad by himself, but a few other enemies normally follow you to his location. Yeah, these like kung fu robot things. Sorry, puppets. Yeah, they like to do flying kicks quite a lot. Yeah, quite annoying. And there'll be quite a lot of ranged enemies as well shooting you. You'll probably remember these enemies from the main game. Yeah, these dudes, really, really annoying. Because once you get hit by one shot, it pretty much means you're going to get hit by the rest. Yeah, you either get hit by none or you get hit by all of them. Yes, and this big enemy coming up, I think it's a human enemy. Yeah, this enemy which we have to defeat. Sometimes I find it hard to tell. You know these guys, I think they're humans. So humans are weak to acid, I believe. Yeah, I think carcasses are weak to fire. Puppets are weak to electric, of course. And yes, I believe humans are weakest to acid. I think that's how it works. I don't think it's like a general rule, or definitive rule, sorry. It won't always be the case. Sometimes you'll be fighting like a puppet and he might seem weaker to fire. You know, it depends really. But yeah, most time it works. So yes, in here. Yeah, so there it is. You see that big guy? Eating the remains of that enemy. Yeah, so he's the one you have to defeat. The guy with the two big canisters on his back. Yeah, so this guy we have to beat him. Yeah, the muscle-bound freak. Yeah, so take out Bane here. Like I say, as you can see, some of the other enemies have followed me. As if this guy needs help. Yeah, watch out for them fury attacks. Hopefully with Butterfly's guidance you shouldn't take too much damage. I think the game does want you to be like a certain level. I mean, because when I was first loading this DLC, it did say that this might be quite difficult at the moment. I'm not quite sure what it means by that. Does it want me to be high level? I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe I should have been high level. Right, got him. So the ladder has now fallen down. And he gives you that collectible as well, emergency directive number 1. It's not really needed for anything, but you get that automatically when you defeat him, and you have to defeat him to lower this ladder. So once you climb the ladder, we're going to go right. If you go left, there's actually a ergo consumable on the wooden beams and something else, but I'm going to leave it. There's a ergo consumable and a half moonstone. Yeah, and if you connect 2 halves, believe it or not, you get a full moonstone. Right, so continue along here. We're going to go to the end. You're going to get a new collectible, or not collectible, a new consumable called the grindstone coating capsule. And what they do, they refill your special grindstone uses, which is actually really good, because you couldn't do that in the main game. So now you know when you can use your special grindstone to perfect block for a while, you can now get all them uses back by using a grindstone coating capsule. You can actually buy them later in an infinite amount, but they are expensive. So yes, grab that, climb up this ladder, guys. Then up here, run around on the left. I don't think you can go right, I think it's blocked by crates. Yeah, climb this ladder. Now once you get to this one, you can take either path to get to the next ladder, but I want to go left because it leads you to a item you can pick up. Yes, grab this dim ergo crystal. Yeah, just here. And then climb this ladder. That's it. So once you get up here, we want to collect this item because you need it for later. Yeah, grab this item on the table, you get a letter, a warning to Machiona, and you'll get the echo player. Yeah, you need the echo player for later, guys. So grab that, do not forget it, and then drop down again. And we've got a next boss fight coming up. This is probably the first proper boss. I mean, that guy we fought earlier, that big crocodile, is kind of like a warm-up. Yeah, so rest of the Stargazer, make sure you're ready. If you've got any ergo, level up. And you might also want to back up your save here just in case. Because remember, if you fight a boss, use throwables and then die, you're not going to get them back. Same with star fragments you use. So you might want to back up your save if you've got the means to do so. So if you do die, you can just reload it back, restore it, so you get all your consumables back that you used. So yes, use star fragment to summon a helper. And then let's go. Yes, I'm going to skip that cutscene, get straight into the boss fight. So I'm just going to be using throwables. Focus on Machiona. Yeah, do not attack the puppet. And I believe she's a human, so I think she's weaker to acid. So yes, focus on Machiona, because once she's defeated, the puppet will automatically die. So yes, focus on her. When it comes to NPCs, your helpers, if you didn't know or you don't remember. Yeah, so enemies, they seem to go for you for about 20 seconds. And then they'll switch and go for the MC for about 20 seconds. And they'll just keep alternating. It doesn't seem to be like when you attack them, they go for the person who attacked them last. That's not how it works. They'll go for you for about 20 seconds, then go for your friend, then go for you, then go for your friend. They seem to alternate. And remember, when her health bar is flashing, there'll be a shot put to instantly stagger her. That's it, then quickly try to get a few hits in and do a fatal attack. And then resume lobbing things. Yeah, you should be a top thrower after watching this guide. Yeah, try not to make it so throwables miss as well. If she looks like she's moving around quite a bit, just be very careful because your throwables can miss. They don't home on the enemy. They'll just land where the enemy was when you first threw it. Yeah, but if you do knock out Puppet, eventually she does respawn it. You know, she resuscitates the puppet, so yeah, you don't really want to focus on the puppet. And watch your HP, you can see they can knock your health bar down pretty fast, even if it's full. So always watch your HP. Yeah, what you can even do is block when she's attacking you, if you want to, and then lob throwables when she's attacking your friend. And you'll get a trophy, guys, Puppeteer of Death. Yeah, that's probably the safest way. Block when she's attacking you, and then attack when she's attacking your friend. Yeah, that'd be the safest way to do it. So once you defeat her, yes, you'll get the Puppeteer's Ergo and Marchiona's Key and a bunch of Ergo, of course, 54,000. Now, the Ergo you got from her, the Macabre Puppeteer's Ergo, you need to craft a weapon with that. So because that's a trophy for getting every weapon and Legion arm in the DLC, when it comes to the 2 Ergos you can use, the boss Ergo, you can either craft a amulet or a boss weapon. Make sure you always craft the boss weapons, because if not, you're going to have to do the DLC again, but in another new game. New Game Plus Plus, I guess, from here. So yes, always craft the boss weapon. Do not craft any amulets, guys. Remember, we need every single weapon and Legion arm for a trophy, but we do not need the amulets. You do not need the amulets. I don't know why they did it that way. Why they made it so you need the weapons, but you don't need the amulets. I mean, I'm not complaining. It just means if you did, you would have had to do the DLC on New Game and New Game Plus. But now all you have to do is do it on New Game Plus. And then once ready, you're going to warp back to Greenhouse Interior. Sorry, warp to Greenhouse Outdoor Garden. Yes, warp back there. And you can open this gate behind you now. Now you've got a key from Marchiona. And carry along this passage, guys, with all the little candles. And you'll get a cutscene at the end of it. Of course, I'm skipping the cutscene. Yes, you'll get an outfit after doing this and a photo. Bloodstained locket. Yep, so skip the cutscene. Once you've watched it, come out here and we get the next Stargazer.
How evil does someone have to be to do something like this?
So that NPC near the Stargazer, you don't have to fully complete her quest line to get all the trophies, but you have to probably complete about 60% of it. Yeah, about 60-70% of the quest line you have to complete. And all I'm going to be leveling up is up to you, really. I'm just going to start moving things up to about 40 or 35. Yeah, I'm just going to keep switching around. So yes, talk to this NPC, guys, Rosora. Exhaust all her dialogue. Yeah, just exhaust the dialogue, that's all you need to do for now. And then come into the circus. Yeah, the Carnival Garden. So when you first go through the gate, go left, grab this Carnival coin. Yeah, that Carnival coin there. And then come to this house on the far left and come over to this kind of like little carriage and place a coin inside it. Place it inside it, it will open, play a melody, and you'll get a new gesture. Yeah, so tap dance. Yeah, make sure you get a gesture, tap dance. Like I say, you have to put the Carnival coin inside the carriage. It opens, plays melody, and gives you that coin. Next up, come over here. Sorry, gives you a gesture. Yeah, tap dance. So you have to destroy his puppet. We don't have to. You need another Carnival coin, and I just like to kill this guy for it. There are other coins you can get, but yeah, I'm just going to kill this big guy. He's not too bad. He's a puppet, so he's going to be weak to electric, of course. Yeah, I'm just holding out my shield and attacking from behind. Yeah, I'm a bit of a coward, hiding behind my shield all the time. But that's what a shield is for, guys, to hide behind. Yeah, so once you defeat him, you'll get a bunch of Ergo and you'll get a Carnival coin. Now I'm going to kill this enemy. These enemies are really annoying. They love to keep interrupting you with bombs. Now I'm going to talk to the guy at the K kiosk. I'm going to give him a Carnival coin. I'm going to grab that Gemini's Enhanced Detection in the corner. Yeah, give that puppet behind that kiosk a Carnival coin and he'll open his tent. Yeah, give him a Carnival coin to open his tent. Come in. Stand on this middle plate to trigger a little minigame. Now you have to destroy 12 puppets here. Yeah, destroy 12. Yeah, of course, avoid the ones which are flashing red. Flashing red should give it away. They are dangerous. Yeah, so 12 puppets. You can either attack them or roll into them or shoot them with your bow. It's up to you. But you can't lock onto them. So yeah, I'm just going to keep rolling into them. Remember, 12. I think it's 12. Every time I count 12, that seems to be how many it needs in order to complete it. You have to do this because it leads you to a new weapon. That's it. Once you destroyed 12 of the little puppets or balloons, grab that Maniac's Pinwheel. Yeah, so new weapon, Maniac's Pinwheel. That's it. Go back outside. Go back to that central courtyard where you fought the big red puppet a minute ago. and now take the alternate path up here. You'll come to the big Ferris wheel. Now we want to get on that Ferris wheel. You need to wait until a carriage goes by, which is open. But I'm going to kill this enemy, because if not, he'll keep like trying to knock you off the ledge near the carriages when you try to board it. Yeah, these enemies are so annoying. Probably should have just lobbed a throw ball at him as well. Gave him a taste of his own medicine. Yeah, so now I'm going to get on this Ferris wheel. Like I say, look for an open carriage. Nope. And there we go. Right, and you have to go all the way around, and there'll be a ledge on the far side. Yeah, go around it again if you want to. If you want to enjoy the ride, yeah, go around it a few times while it's free. But yeah, look out for a ledge on the other side and drop onto it, guys. We need to get the zoo tram station key. And we're going to be getting our first gold record coming up.
This place was prettier and happier back in the day.
Yeah, it's lower this, that wooden platform. Drop onto it, and at the end will be the zoo tram station key. Yeah, just run past the enemies. There it is. Make sure you grab that before you drop down. Yeah, if not, you're going to have to come all the way back up here again. Drop into here. Now, once you're on the merry-go-round, do not drop down again yet. First, take out these enemies, lobbing the bombs. You don't have to kill these, but it's very tricky to loot this chest with these guys keep interrupting you by lobbing bombs in your back. So I find it best just take them out. Yeah, and watch out for horses, because they will keep knocking you over. Yes, that's one. There's one more. Yeah, there he is. So take out these two. Yeah, they're probably up there to be one of the worst enemies in the game. Yeah, so in this chest you'll find Rosaurus shoes. Sorry, Rose shoes. Yes, so grab them shoes, guys, and now you can drop down. So drop down again, and now you're going to find a NPC, a merchant. Yeah, make sure you got Rose shoes. Yeah, so talk to the wandering merchant. And you want to buy the golden record, the clear blue sky. So buy the golden record, clear blue sky. That only appears in New Game Plus. That's the first golden record. I believe there's 3 golden records on this DLC in New Game Plus. Come to this tent nearby next, and you want to play the tap dance gesture near him. Yeah, so come on this stage and play tap dance, the gesture. You'll get another one in return. That's it, cheers. Yeah, get a gesture, cheers. You can also grab that amulet afterwards, strategist's amulet. So once got a gesture, cheers. Open the shortcut gate nearby, guys, and go back to Rosora. I'm going to give her the shoes. Yeah, I am avoiding quite a lot. There's a few like little mini games you can do in these tents here where you use a bow to shoot things to get little rewards. That's all in text guide. Of course, I'm avoiding them because they're not needed and they don't give you anything which is going to like make it mega easy. So yes, give the rose shoes, guys. Be a bit dialogue and you get a nice reward. Yeah, you'll get some humanity. You'll also get a picture and you'll get a record Lisrim. Yeah, so humanity there, a record and Lisrim. That's it. Once you're done, go back to the wandering merchant. Now we're going to open the gate behind him and carry on into the next area. Yeah, this is still chapter 1. Like I was saying, chapter 1 is probably the longest chapter. So the DLC is only 2 hours long, you know, this video. And there's 5 chapters. So if every one was 40 minutes, I mean, it'd be much longer than 2 hours. So yes, come down here, go up steps. We're about to go to Hotel Krat. We're going to unlock the new upgrade feature with the quartz. It's not like a massive game breaker. It just allows you to make your P organ abilities a little bit stronger. It's kind of like just like having a second tier. So you know, for example, you can get like reduced item prices 1, reduced item prices 2. It basically gives you like another tier of them. Pretty much all it does. So yes, up here, activate Stargazer. We do need to walk back here later a few times. There's a highly missable quest. We're calling this NPC we're about to talk to. Yeah, grab that resplendent ergo chunk hidden behind the crates. Yes, and then come around here, guys, and talk to Goddard. Yeah, so a critical choice coming up. Very important. First talk with her once, and then you can actually grab her painting, the blank canvas. Talk to her again. Like I say, very, very important. There's a critical choice coming up. Yeah, so first, choose listen. Choose listen, and then choose incredible. It is a brilliant work of art. Very important. Choose incredible. It is a brilliant work of art. You know you've done it right because you'll get humanity. That's it. Once you've done so, interact with the tramline, guys. Again, skipping the cutscene slightly. So yes, Goddard, that NPC we just spoke to, has a little quest line. It's highly missable, so we need to come back to her later. So make sure you do follow my steps in regards to Goddard. So yes, now you're at Eventide Hotel Krat. Follow the corridor and use the elevator. Yeah, right. Once down here, first we'll interact with the chest near the chair, the P organ chair. You'll find a quartz inside and the upgrade core.
Hotel Krat. I know.
Yeah, so we need 12 quartz to upgrade these abilities. I'm going to do so. You don't have to do this. It's just going to make some of your current abilities a little bit stronger. So yes, loot that chest to get the upgrade core and the core. I mean, you have to do it one time for a trophy, but you don't have to get all 12 like I'm doing. Just do it once. Right, so this is all my text guides. So what I'm going to upgrade. So you want to press R2 to switch to upgrade P organ. You'll get a trophy, of course, when you do it one time. So I'm going to upgrade attack type, enhance fatal attack. I'm going to upgrade that. I'm going to upgrade in survival type, lowers guard regain reduction, auto charge pulse when discharged, and lowers fury attack damage. And then in ability type, I'm going to upgrade reduce stamina consumption from dash and auto charge legion, which is a really good one. And then in item type, I'm going to upgrade legion magazine effect enhance, increase ergo up on eliminating an enemy, increase throwing object possession limits, increase consumable effect duration, increase special grindstone effect duration, and also reduce item prices. So those are all the ones I'm going to upgrade. That's it. It should take 12 quartz altogether. I'm not going to upgrade anything else. So any other quartz you collect or you have, it's entirely up to you guys. Right, and make sure you do definitely trigger the Stargazer. I had one playthrough where I actually didn't activate this and I couldn't walk back here. I had to walk back to a previous one and make our way all the way back up here. So make sure you activate the Stargazer, otherwise you cannot walk back to Eventide. Yes, talk to the Machio here. He'll give you a grindstone coating capsule, exhaust all his dialogue. That's it. Exhaust all his dialogue. And then come in here, guys. Yes, and talk to Klaus. Yes, exhaust his dialogue as well. And now we want to craft this weapon. So craft the Death's Talon. Very important to craft the Death's Talon. Do not craft the amulet. That's it. You have to craft that by using the Macabre Ergo. That's one we got from killing that recent boss in Marciona. So yes, craft the Death's Talon at Klaus and come down this elevator nearby, guys, to head to the next area. So that is chapter 1 complete. Yeah, longest chapter of the game. Sorry, of the DLC. So chapter 1 done. Now we're on chapter 2. Zilata Underground Facility. So continue on down, open this gate and you'll get a key. I'm just going to use that in, sorry, what was that I just used? I just used the item which makes it so you do not lose your ergo when you die. You don't have to use that, but after triggering that Stargazer, yes, trigger that save point, drop down here and grab a star fragment. Yeah, so you might already have this, but you have to die to Frost in order to obtain a news gesture. You might have already got this, guys. It's called Shiver. So I'm going to die now. So make sure you activate that Stargazer so you spawn nearby. You can always just drop down here, grab your ergo which you dropped, and then climb back up.
Oh. No.
But yes, you want to drop down here and guys and die to the Frost. Enemies do frost damage, of course, but it's just a nice consistent way because there's always Frost near the Stargazer until you turn it off later. Yes, later we will deactivate its Frost and it'll lead you to some new paths.
At least you didn't follow me. Thanks.
That's it, I finally died. So you have to die to the freeze status, and then when you respawn you'll get a new gesture called Shiver. Yes, there we go. Shiver. So make sure you die once to Frost, guys, and got that new gesture. Right, it's going to carry on now. Yeah, let's make our way through here. So remember, I'm avoiding anything unless it's related to trophies or it's along the way and gives like some ergo or something like that. Yeah, I also avoid most shortcut gates. I mean, behind us right now is a shortcut gate. Yeah, I didn't even open that. Right, so carry on. And once you get to this part, yeah, go right. And a bit further ahead, yeah, go left. And then here, I'm going to grab that item straight ahead, which is a ergo consumable. Yeah, it's a dim ergo crystal, which gives you a few thousand. Yeah, smash these crates nearby, then go through this pipe, go right. Drop down onto smaller pipes below. Yeah, follow the path around and it's going to lead you to a miraculous enhancement ampule. So I'm not always going to get these, but I'm trying to get most of their longer routes. Because like I say, they can be good for boss fights. Right, come through here next, this square passage. Then when you get to like a cell block area, go right. Come to this open cage on the left. And climb a ladder behind that big carcass enemy. Yeah, bloody almost killed me. That was so close. I was at full HP as well. Yeah, so climb a ladder. It's going to try to cure that DK. Yeah, because we're going to be running past a bunch of enemies in a moment. So just make sure you're ready. Right, let's do it. So yeah, so run all the way past these enemies along this walkway. We're going to go to the far left cell, which is going to have a hole inside we can drop down. Yeah, far left cell. Yeah, so drop down here. Then you want to roll through the wooden barricade nearby. Climb the ladder opposite in the corner. Yeah, climb up this ladder. Yeah, no need to defeat them enemies. And then we want to come in this cell and drop down the hole. Now be very, very quick in this hole before the enemies catch up. So make sure you're ready. Run to the side of this wall. When the enemy breaks through, quickly open this chest. There's a weapon in here which we need. Yes, this is the Puppet of the Future's welder. So grab that weapon quickly. Open this gate. When you're opening the gate, by the way, you're immune to damage. Yeah, during the animation. Yeah, so grab that weapon from that chest. Puppet of the Puppet of the Future's welder. That's it. And then come in here, drop down this hole or climb down the ladder. It's up to you which you want to do. And we've got a little mini boss fight coming up. Yeah, some of the enemies might follow you, but you can run away. They won't follow you all the way up to the mini boss. Yeah, I wanted to grab a ergo. I forgot which one it was. It's this one over here. So this item here is a vivid ergo crystal, which will give you a few thousand. So grab the vivid ergo crystal and quickly get out, guys. Yeah, watch out for this butterfly. You can smash it if you want to, but it keeps getting in my way. Yeah, so the enemies shouldn't follow you up here. So it should be just you and this mini boss. You have to defeat him because he opens the gate. Well, he doesn't open the gate, but he makes it so you can interact with the button near the gate. You have to defeat him to make it activate. And he looks like a puppet. So I'm going to equip a electric abrasive and can equip the talisman as well. Amulet, which makes it so you do more damage to... Oh, sorry, he's a carcass enemy, not a puppet. Yeah, sorry, carcass enemy. Or is he human? You know, I can't even tell. Half the time I can't tell. He looks like a carcass. So yes, he's probably weakest to fire. Yeah, you can use throwables if you want. You don't have to save your throwables like the bosses like I'm doing. I mean, if you don't mind going back and buy more, yes, you can use them on these mini boss fights as well if you want to get rid of them a bit quicker and easier. Yeah, this guy does a lot of shock damage, which makes it so you recover your stamina much slower, at a much slower rate. Yeah, that's why my stamina's taken age to recover. It's due to that shock. So you might even want to bring a consumable ready in your quick slot so you can use it quickly to cure that shock. You know, cure the build up. Or give yourself more resistance against it. Right, hopefully 2 more hits or so. Right, finally got him. So yes, once you defeat him, that will go green, and now you can interact with the controls and open the 2 gates. So yes, push this lever upwards, then open this double door, and the double door at the far end. Yes, this one over here. It will also give you a Workshop Union finished cartridge, a defense item. Yeah, come down here and trigger this Stargazer. This will be the security area. So next step is to descend this shaft. Yeah, got one of them lovely shafts where you always love to descend. Got little narrow ledges. This one's actually not that bad to descend. Yeah, this one ain't too bad. There's one on a game called AI Limits, which I covered a few months back. That's got an area like this. It's a lot bigger. The shafts, the narrow ledges in that are a lot worse to drop down. There's also one in Kazan. Do you remember Kazan? The first Berserker? There's one ledge you have to kind of drop onto a little tiny one, and it's really, really hard to do so. Yeah, I remember that was quite bad. But this one ain't too bad to drop down. The ledges are nice and large. Just got to watch out for the gas when it's coming out. So the gas will knock you off. So yeah, slowly drop down, guys. There will be a few items on the way down. I think I just grabbed a Gemini's enhanced detection on the way down here. Yeah, so I was quite lucky then. There are a few other items. There's like a few hidden pipes you can go through, but of course I'm not going for them. They're not needed for trophies, and it's not going to make a massive difference to our build or anything. Yeah, but this pipe right at the bottom is the one you want to go to. Yeah, the pipe right at the bottom. That's it, this one down here. And you can then just follow this and it'll give you another Stargazer. So this is the coolant control room. Yeah, we've got a boss fight coming up. So make sure you're ready. I think this boss, I'm not sure exactly if it's a carcass or a puppet or a human. Yeah, make sure you get ready before you come through a tunnel, because as you can see, once you kind of get in this part, you trigger the fight automatically. I think it's a human actually. I think she's a human. So yes, you want acid for this boss, I guess. But yeah, she does a lot of fire damage. You might want to also bring some kind of defense against fire, you know, or overheat. Like have a consumable ready to use. Yeah, she does get very, very close to killing me a few times. So just be careful, guys, for your health. Always try to keep it topped up. Yeah, the enemies in this game, they do like massive combos. Even the normal enemies. Yeah, they're like really combo heavy. They love to do their combos. Oh yeah, cluster grenade is always nice. Yeah, there we go. Shot put to stagger her. Didn't do much damage, unfortunately. Yeah, I think this is the last boss you have to fight without a NPC helper, I think. I'm just trying to think if there's any more. I mean, even the final boss, somebody helps you. Yeah, I think this is the last one. All the bosses after this, guys, you're going to have like a little helper with you. I mean, there will be a few mini bosses you have to fight by yourself. But yeah, in terms of major bosses, yeah, the rest, this is the final one you have to do by yourself, I think. I mean, don't quote me on that, so I don't quite remember exactly, but I think so. Right, so got him. Yep, I accidentally messed them with a throwable, but yeah, it's a critical choice coming up, guys, so be very careful here. So critical choice coming up. So slowly go through a dialogue, and you want to choose to salute when given the option. Yes, choose to salute. Yes, a very important critical choice. Choose to salute when given the option. That'll give you some humanity, as some other goodies. You'll get the coolant control room console key. Yeah, and use it on this terminal over here, guys, to turn off all the frost, or the gas. That's it. Once you've turned off all the gas, come through here to reach another save point. Eventually, but first, you have to follow this like kind of like cave, this cabin, and use the elevator at the end of it. Yeah, use this large elevator. Yeah, there'll be an NPC coming up, you talk with him, and you have to summon him during one fight in particular. And then he goes back to Hotel Krat for later. I believe you have to summon him during this fight, otherwise he might not go back. Yeah, there's a lot of highly missable stuff in this DLC. But yeah, pretty much halfway through, guys. We're not even done chapter 2 yet. So you can see just how long the first few chapters take and how quick the last few come together. Yeah, open this double door. I'm going to talk to the tracker. So exhaust all his dialogue. It'll give you the recollection, the daylight reefed horn. Yeah, daylight reefed horn. Yeah, exhaust his dialogue, and we can summon him during the next boss fight, but only the next one. He'll be really happy and he'll go to Hotel Krat afterwards. So yes, make sure you exhaust dialogue, guys, and get that item. Daylight reefed horn. Now continue following the story path. Then when you get to a fork, go down the path going down first. Yeah, the path leading downwards. And loot his chest for Klaus's luxury bag. You have to get his bag because this is the one which makes the golden record appear in his shop. Yeah, so you have to grab that luxury bag for him. That's the one which makes the golden record appear in his shop. Yeah, just repeating that again, guys, just in case you misheard me. Right, continue on to the next path. Activate the Stargazer, and they're going to warp to the Zilata underground facility. Yeah, warp to the underground facility Stargazer, the first one we activated when we first entered this area. So I'm skipping the cutscene of the loading screen. Okay, so now we want to drop down here. This is like an optional path, but you have to come down here to get a weapon. Yeah, that's the only reason we have to come down here, guys, to get a weapon. Yeah, so just follow my lead. Yeah, grab that Stargazer where you first drop down if you have not done so already. I think I'll grab that earlier when we killed ourselves here. Yeah, so follow the path through the pipe. When you get to the fork, go left. Yeah, and keep following this path. Eventually it's going to lead you to a large mini boss. Yeah, the bottom room here on the right has a ergo consumable. Yeah, dim ergo crystal. You can grab that if you want to. There's a ladder on the left there. Leads you to a shortcut, by the way. Yeah, so down here. Yeah, so you need to fight this mini boss because that mini boss opens that gate at the back. So you have to fight him. And in that gate at the back is a small room with a chest inside containing a new weapon. So yeah, you have to beat this mini boss. This mini boss is actually, he's not that bad actually to defeat. It's more so the other little enemies which will try attacking you at the same time. Yeah, mini boss by himself is quite weak. There's a lot of enemies as well with their like ice guns. You might want to take out smaller enemies first, which followed you down here, before you focus on the big guy. The good thing about shield is while you Aegis is when the enemies hit it, they also get some like damage towards the stagger meter. So eventually break them. Damages their weapon as well, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to take out these two so they're annoying me. Yes, now we defeat the mini boss, the gate at the back should be unlocked. Yeah, and the weapon we're going to find is the La Vendetta. Yeah, so open the chest in the back, guys, get the La Vendetta. Then I'm going to use the pocket watch to walk back to this recent Stargazer. So open that chest and grab the La Vendetta weapon. That's it. Pocket watch, back to Stargazer. And then we're going to warp back to the Elixir research zone. Yep, and we are over halfway through the guide. Yep, so once you get back here, teleport to another Stargazer. Level up if you need to, guys. Remember, it doesn't really matter what you level. I mean, we've got our base stats when we first started this DLC, I showed you. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep putting like 5 into one, 5 into the other. But I'm going to leave technique. Yeah, so once back at Elixir Research Zone, open this gate nearby. They should open this gate and another one just beyond it. Yeah, that gate and this one over here. It unlocks these two. Right, so go through here. On the left, drop down this little ledge. There'll be a vivid ergo chunk. And then go through a room on the right. This leads you to a recollection item. You need this for Goddard for her side quest. So grab that, Goddard's art supplies. Very, very important, guys. You need to make sure you grab it. Right, once got the art supplies, first we're going to trigger all the enemies in this back room. We have to use an elevator, but if you run straight to the elevator now, you'll find out most enemies will be too close and you won't be able to use it. So normally get their attention, run back in, and then when I come back up here, I grab the grindstone coating capsule while I'm waiting. Now wait for them all to get up here, guys, and then I'm going to run to the elevator and use it. Or alternatively, you could try to kill him or try to get to the elevator quick enough, but you likely won't be. So just bait them away, then quickly run to the elevator, guys, and use it. That's it. Take this down to the bottom level. I believe it's going down. Okay, sorry, up. It's going to take you up to the upper levels. Right, so up here, you'll find yourself on the top of the area. There'll be some roofs you can run across, some roof beams. Going to drop down slightly. Do not drop down into the next room where you just was. I'm just going to drop down here, grab the miraculous recovery ample from that medical bed, and then come around here. Now it'll be a shortcut gate. We've got a boss coming up, so make sure you're ready. If you use too many, yeah, so it's a shortcut gate there. I didn't unlock it, but yes, you can unlock that shortcut gate if you want to get back here quicker, because once we unlock this door, guys, it's going to be a boss fight, so make sure you're ready. And I didn't even get my build ready, so I think it's a carcass enemy, so weak fire. Now straight away, go into your items, recollections, and use the daylight wreathed horn. Yeah, straight away, use that as quick as you can. It will summon the tracker for help. Yes, here she comes. So yes, make sure you summon her for this fight. Even if you get interrupted and you don't quite use it the first time, wait till you get a chance and try again. Yeah, make sure you summon the tracker. Remember, use the daylight wreathed horn to be under your recollections in your inventory. Right, and just defeat the boss now. So remember, it will go for you for about 20 seconds, then it will go for the tracker, about 20, then it will go for you again. Yeah, when she gets to about half HP, she kind of like it enrages, and I believe she recovers all the stagger damage as well. So if you're close to almost staggering her, she recovers when she enrages, and you have to kind of build it all up again. Yeah, watch your HP. You can very quickly almost die. Yeah, look at a massive combo. These enemies, they love their combos. Now she's grabbing me, doing a grab attack. This is what I mean. When the enemies go for you, you might want to play defensive and only go offensive when they're attacking your teammates. I mean, sometimes they might seem to go for you a bit longer if they've just like started an attack combo or attack chain just before they're about to switch to the other person. Right, few more hits. Yeah, I normally try to save the weaker throwables for last. So use stronger throwables to begin with, and use your weaker throwables for last if you need them. That's it, got her. Yeah, so once you beat the two-faced overseer, yes, you want to talk to the tracker, exhaust his dialogue. Yeah, you get a bloody cipher machine as well. Yeah, so talk to the tracker, guys, exhaust his dialogue. You need to decipher all them bloody cipher machines and also complete a little quest that lead you to for a trophy. Yeah, I don't think I even did I activate that Stargazer? I don't remember. There might not be one there, but carry on. There'll be a little cutscene, guys, and down here you'll find the next one. So the Ancient Ruins Excavation Site. Yeah, trigger this next Stargazer. That's it, and there's a critical choice coming up. It's going to level up my stats. So critical choice coming up. So talk to Lamacho over here, and you want to choose She Said Nothing. Yeah, so choose She Said Nothing. Yeah, the other choice still gets you the key, but it doesn't get you humanity. Yeah, choose She Said Nothing. That will give you humanity and the key. Yeah, very important, guys. At warm you up, you feel warmth. That's it. Right, once we've done that, we'll carry on through the level. Yeah, so the chapter's going to get a lot quicker going forward. We're going to complete the next 3 chapters in this next hour and finish the game and get all the remaining trophies for the DLC. Yeah, there will be like a little NPC quest you have to do down here, like a little robot you have to talk to, a puppet. You can talk to him 3 times, but you only actually have to talk to him twice in order to get the gesture from him. But yeah, down here, guys, in this small cave, grab a vivid ergo chunk on the right. Yes, continue on a bit more. Again, I'm avoiding all the enemies and any items unless it's just something I might use at some point. And down here, you find this puppet. So the Crusher puppet exhausts his dialogue. Yeah, very important, guys. Exhaust all his dialogue. Just keep chatting to him until he repeats himself. And then move on. Yes, do not forget to talk to that Crusher puppet just before the Stargazer. And then carry on, guys, and you'll find the Stargazer next. Yes, this will be the Ergo mining site. Stargazer. Now from here, smash these crates on the left. You'll find a resplendent ergo chunk inside him. And then drop down here. And then follow my path, my lead I'm going to be showing you. Yeah, so you want to take out these few enemies coming up, because if not, they'll be lobbing rocks at you when you're trying to loot the safe coming up. So yeah, take out this enemy. Yeah, that kind of big fat one with the multiple arms. Take him out, and down here there'll be another one. Yeah, take out this one as well. Like I say, these guys like to lob rocks at you when you're trying to loot his chest. This chest coming up, or safe should I say, you have to loot it because it's got the second Legion plug inside, which we need. Yeah, the second Genius Legion plug. So it's that safe there. But a big enemy appears nearby. You can either take out the enemy and all the rest which are likely chasing you, or do what I'm doing, climb this ladder to de-aggro most of the enemies. Yes, then climb back down and then loot the safe, but you have to be quick. Yes, I'm trying to bait him away, but I've de-aggroed all the smaller enemies now. They're going back to their normal spawn location. Right, I'm going to get it quick enough. Nice, nice, I got it. So get that Legion plug. That's it, and quickly climb back up the ladder. That's it, so that's both Legion plugs now. We can now craft the 2 Legion arms which we need from this DLC. Yeah, once you climb back up the ladder, use the elevator, guys, and ride it along to the other side. Now, as you go along, you can drop off just over halfway onto like a little platform, and it'll lead you to another item. Yeah, it'll lead you to a miraculous enhancement ampule. So drop down there slightly, climb this ladder, and then make your way along the path, grab the item, and then drop down back to where the elevator would have taken you. Yes, there's a hidden path on the right there. You don't need to go that way. There's another puppet, but you don't need to talk to that one. Like I say, you only have to talk to it twice. So come up here along this bridge, go left, there's a chest. This chest has a weapon inside it, so you have to loot it. Yeah, this will give you the Arch's Guardian weapon. Yeah, Archie's Guardian. You might have a few enemies chasing you, so try to be quick before too many catch up. Yeah, block him with this big weapon. It's a good kind of like safety net, you know, in case you can't get your Aegis shield up quick enough. You can just block with your weapon, and it decreases about 80% of damage. Yeah, so grab that weapon, the Archie's Guardian, guys, from the chest, and continue it along the next path. So this big guy, he'll try to block you on the bridge. You can get past him, just got to be careful you do not get knocked off. That's it. In here, once you start talking to this NPC, it should de-aggro him. So talk to this Crusher puppet. Yeah, exhaust his dialogue, and now you should get a gesture. If you can't talk to him here, because you did not talk to him on the first time you came across him, just before that recent Stargazer. So yeah, exhaust his dialogue, and you'll get a gesture, guys, doubt. Yeah, exhaust his dialogue to get the gesture, doubt. And when you talk with him, like I said, it will de-aggro that shield enemy nearby. But once you leave him, he'll aggro again. So you want to quickly come up here, you want to climb this ladder. The reason being is we want to unlock a shortcut gate, because we have to come back down here later for a little side quest. So yes, climb the ladder, unlock the shortcut gate ready for later. And then once it's safe to do so, yes, that shield guy probably followed you up here once he aggroed again. Yeah, once it's safe to do so, go back down ladder and you see elevator on the right. Yes, go down this elevator here. So you can actually stop halfway down and there'd be like a hidden path, yeah, in the wall. Yeah, but we don't need to go down there. Only these like optional things. Yeah, halfway down was a hidden path. We want to go all the way down the bottom. Yeah, you want to follow this path. You're eventually going to come across a mini boss. I think it's a puppet, so you can use electric abrasives, and of course equip your amulet, which makes sure you do more damage to puppet enemies. Yeah, this will be the bulldozer mini boss, I call him, because he's pretty much a bulldozer. Yeah, if you attack him from behind as well, you seem to do more stagger damage. If you attack him from behind, I think that's where his kind of like energy tanks are. So yes, if you can, try to attack him from behind, guys. You'll see exactly how much more effect it has on him when you attack from behind. So I do it near the end of his health bar. Yeah, look how much more damage you do when you attack him from behind. And that's actually where you have to fatal attack him as well. There you go, we got him. So we get the corroded cipher machine. I don't know if you actually do have to defeat him to progress, but you need to get that corroded cipher machine. So kill him, get a corroded cipher machine, guys. Yes, also grab a vivid ergo chunk next to him, and then carry on and get to another stargazer. This is the Pistris Harbour Stargazer. So once here, now we're going to warp to the zoo tram station, because I just want to get that cipher machine before I started warping away. So yes, zoo tram station next. We're going to go and talk to Goddard and give her the art supplies. Remember, we found these art supplies in the underground facility. This is a very important step of her quest. Yeah, then we can come back later and she'll kind of, well, we'll find a record here. Yeah, so give her the art supplies and you'll get a dim ergo chunk. Now that dim ergo chunk, do not use it. We're going to be giving it to someone a little bit later. Yeah, so just give her the art supplies to get the dim ergo chunk, and then you know you've kind of progressed her quest to the next step. And then want to warp to Eventide Hotel. Yes, warp to Eventide Hotel. That's it. Once you spawn in, if you need more Fable arts, you need to increase your meter, go outside to refill it, and come over here, guys, to the Legion arm machine and craft the 2 new Legion arms. Yes, Cataclysm and Icarus. Yes, craft them 2 new Legion arms. You have to craft them in order for the all weapons and all Legion arms trophy. Once you've done that, come over to the tracker, give him the 2 cipher machines to decode them riddles, and now can complete them 2 little side quests. Yeah, get him to decode the 2 little cipher machines. That's it. Once he's done so, come over here to Klaus, give him the luxury bag. Yes, give him the luxury bag. You'll get an enhanced detection, Gemini's enhanced detection, and they're going to warp to the Hall of Adventure in chapter 1. Warp to the Hall of Adventure. Yes, now we've given that luxury bag to Klaus, we can now purchase the golden record, but we're not going to do it yet because we need an ancient disc yet. We'll purchase it later. Yeah, so when you arrive at the Hall of Adventure, head up the steps, go into the room on the left, and you want to interact with the crocodile's mouth on the display. Yeah, you have to complete all these for a trophy. Yeah, so come over to the crocodile, guys. Its mouth will be flashing. Interact with it. It will open up and grab the item inside it, the little collectible. That's it. That's all you need. Once you've done that, go back to Stargazer. Now you're going to warp to the Ancient Ruins excavation site. Yeah, and then to complete the next little side quest. Yeah, so Ancient Ruins excavation site. That is our next stop. Yeah, so once you spawn in, you want to go down that and go through that shortcut gate, which we unlocked recently. Remember, just before that elevator. Yes, go through the shortcut gate, climb down the ladder, and then we want to go down the path on the left He might have remembered like a sparkly wall near where he spoke to that puppet and got the doubt gesture. Yeah, interact that wall and then attack it to break it. That's it. And then grab the item behind it. You can't break it before you get the cipher machine decoded by the tracker. You have to do that first, then you can come down and destroy it. So yes, grab the Misfits diary. Then once you've done so, yes, use the pocket watch, guys. Warp back to recent Stargazer. Yes, and once you're back here, you want to warp to Pistress Harbour next. Yeah, Pistress Harbour. That's one. We'll continue with the story a bit more. Yeah, so Rosora will be nearby. Talk with her and give her a dim ergo chunk. So yeah, exhaust the dialogue, give ergo and a dim ergo chunk. It doesn't really matter which you give her. I'm just giving her the one of least cost. Yeah, so dim ergo chunk, you get humanity, but most importantly you get a gesture heart. Yeah, you get heart, gesture and humanity. Down here will be an amulet. It's optional, but I'm going to show you where it is. So it's a patient amulet +1. Increases your stamina regen. Yes, then grab this vivid ergo chunk, climb down the ladder, guys. I'm going to defeat the enemy at the bottom. So with Rosora, that's the last part of the quest you have to complete in order to get all the trophies. You don't really have to complete any more steps. The quest is not complete yet, but the rest of the quest is not really connected to anything trophy related. You know, just leads to more information and lore and stuff. You get a few cosmetic unlocks, but yeah, that's it. We do not need to advance the side quests anymore. So yes, come down here, defeat that enemy. That will make this terminal active, this lever. Then pull it to start lowering the submarine. Now, after pulling the lever, we're going to come along here, and you've got a critical choice coming up. Very, very important. Yeah, this is a brain on a mat. So yes, pull this lever, and very slowly advance the dialogue. So very, very important choice coming up. Very, very important. If you pick this wrong, you're not going to get a record. So advance the dialogue, and then when you get to critical choice, choose to help him. Yes, very important, guys. Choose to help him. Or her. I have no idea. I have no idea to tell what gender it is when all you can see is a brain. So yeah, help him. That's it. You'll get the record nightmare and you'll feel warmth. You'll get some humanity. Or you might not feel warmth. Your ergo might be whispering to you, or your heart might start pounding. It depends really at what level your humanity is at. But the important thing is to get the record. And once you've got the record, come in here, guys. Hopefully submarines will be pretty much been lowered. Use it to go across. And then you want to use the elevator. That's it, ride it all the way to the top. Got a boss fight coming up soon. A main boss fight. This one will lead you to another boss ergo, which you need to craft a weapon. Yeah, and this boss, I think it's a carcass enemy as well. So yes, up here, take a slope on the right. There's an optional path you can take, but yeah, we just want to come up the path on the right to progress the story. Yeah, grab that star fragment. You're going to need it in a moment. Yeah, so there's a collectible coming up. You don't need it. Yeah, you do not need this collectible, but there's a lot of misinformation because a lot of guys say it's highly missable. It's not. They'll say you have to go into the tram before going up these stairs on the right, otherwise the tram will collapse and you can't get a document inside. But the tram doesn't actually collapse until you get the document anyway, so it's not missable at all. Yeah, guys say that document in that tram is highly missable, like I say, because it will collapse if you go the path on the right. But it will only collapse once you've already got a document, so I don't know how they got that wrong, but yeah, it's not missable at all. But anyway, yeah, come up here, trigger the Stargazer. Yep, Stargazer. Destroyed tram station. Open this gate using the key we got from the Machio earlier. And then your star fragment to summon your Spectre. And let's go. Yeah, so a big boss fight coming up. I'm going to skip the first cutscene. Yeah, this boss fight has about 1.5 HP bar. So when you knock his HP bar down about a third, he respawns, well, he kind of enrages and he gets full health back again. It's not quite 2 full health bars, but you know what I'm saying. So for this first stage, I'm not going to use any throwables. I was going to attack him normally with my weapon. I'm going to save all my throwables for the second stage. So I'm just going to use fire on my weapon. And just keep attacking him, guys. I go for the head. You can attack his arms. You can stagger him better that way. But problem is, his arms are quite hard to hit, I find. Especially when you're using a kind of defensive build like I am, where I just kind of stand still and don't really do much. Just stand still and swing. Yeah, using this build, I find it easy just to go for his head. That's it. So like I say, once knocked his health about a third of the way down. Yeah, so I kind of skipped the face change cutscene. He's not even at full health. He's got the same health, hasn't he? So I don't know what I'm saying that he gets 2 health bars. He doesn't. He just does like a big face change. But yeah, now he's going to do a lot of ice attacks. So be very careful. Make sure you keep your health topped up. And now I'm going to use my throwables. Yeah, if you do try to block a fatal attack with your absolute defense favorable art, just to make sure you do not use it too early. You wait for him to kind of stagger towards you and use it just before he's about to fall down. Yeah, so if you can smash one of his arms, it knocks him down quite hard, quite well. You can get a lot of damage in. Yeah, if you can smash one of his arms to bits. You might see me do it. I think I'd smash one of his arms just near the end of the fight. Yeah, remember you can use your wish stone to heal the health of your ally. Yeah, that's the only reason I really use my wish stone, to help my ally recover health. It's the only way to kind of heal him. Yeah, so I think I kind of smashed one of his arms to bits then. And got him. Yeah, because I did a massive fatal attack. So yes, that's another boss done. So like I say, he'll drop the Tortured Guardian's Ergo. You get a trophy, Anguished Guardian. And with that Ergo, you can craft an amulet or a weapon. Remember, we have to craft a weapon in order to get all the weapon trophy in this run. If you craft an amulet by mistake with that Ergo, it means you're going to have to go into another New Game Plus and craft it again after defeating it and getting the Ergo back. So yes, be very careful. We're going to interact with the Stargazer next. Once you activate Stargazer, it will unlock that stone door behind it. Yeah, Tortured Guardian's Ergo. And next up will be Chapter 4. Yeah, Chapter 3, quite quick, isn't it, to get through? What's that, about 15-20 minutes? Yeah, so what I'm going to increase now, I'll go with Vigo, I guess. Yeah, so we use a small elevator. You'll come across a open chest, which has 1 item to collect, but when you collect that 1 item, it gives you like about 5 different items. You'll get like a fire abrasive, Legion magazine, cat dust, H-Butte, resistance, ampule, and a star fragment. Of course, not a mega game changer, but it's just nice to get 5 items from 1 pickup. So yes, use a small elevator. Just skip that cutscene a little bit, loading screen. Yeah, continue down here. So the abandoned excavation camp, the open chest on the left, I'm just going to loot it. There you go, 5 items. Yes, continue on down here, and eventually you'll get to your next Stargazer, Sea Cliffs. Yeah, so almost near the end, guys. Basically, this area leads you up to the final area of the DLC. Right, and there will be a merchant coming up a bit later who has another golden record for you. So drop down here carefully, 2 or 3 times, depending on where you drop down. Right here, there's 2 paths. We're going to go down the path on the left. The path on the right there just takes you to a... yeah, it takes you to a chest, I think, where we don't really need to loot it. Yeah, let's go left, and then here we're going to go right, go up the slope, grab that resplendent Ergo chunk, drop down here. And the reason I'll drop down here is because this item on the left in this little cave is a miraculous recovery ampule. Like I say, I don't use any of them, but I'm just getting them for you to use. So if you need to use any of them for any boss fights, feel free to do so. I'm not saving them up for anything, just showing you where they all are. Like I say, I'm trying to grab things which will make boss fights a bit easier, but other than that, I'm leaving them. So trick this next save point. Yes, the Archon Fleet Shipwrecks. So this merchant here, the Wandering Merchant, we want to buy the Giant's Amulet and the Golden Record Lisrim. Yeah, so this merchant, yeah, so purchase the Giant's Amulet and the Golden Lisrim Record. The reason you need that Giant's Amulet is it's needed for a little side quest. That's the only reason I'm buying it. It sounds stupid when you read it, But yeah, we need that for a side quest. Yeah, so grab the Giant's Amulet, buy the record, the golden Listrim. That's all you need. Then carry on into this wrecked ship. Make way to the end of it. Go in the room on the far left and drop down the hole. That's it, then you can exit the ship. Farther back on the bottom. That's it, you make your way along here into the next ship. Be very careful going across this like little telegraph pole. Sorry, not telegraph pole. It's a mast from a ship, isn't it, that's fall down. Yeah, go across there. I did die once or twice here, by the way, so you might see 1 or 2 edits where I've just kind of like cut it and, you know, put it together where I died. But yeah, come in here, go left, and you'll find that scroll. Correspondence from Beyond the Sea. Get that scroll, Correspondence from Beyond the Sea. Read it, and you'll get a gesture, deep bow. Get a gesture, deep bow just before the ladder. Then go back, go down the steps in the previous room, guys, and continue along here. That's it, and make your way to the next ship. Yeah, like I say, I have died once or twice here, but hopefully you won't notice it, so I've just kind of put it together where I died and then where I continue from that same point. Yeah, so open the safe and grab the frosted cipher machine from the side. Yeah, you need that frosted cipher machine, so grab that from the side. So I did die here. You can see my health. Yeah, that's where I died. They were attacking me, so I'm back here again. Yeah, so be very careful there, guys. Yeah, so come up here next and trigger that stargazer. Be quick before the enemies because they will follow you off. You just want to activate this. You could also just activate it, run into the water to kill yourself, and then you'll respawn back there, guys, with all the enemies kind of de-aggroed. But yes, there's a Ergo chunk next to it, Vivid Ergo chunk. Grab that one, and then go back the other way. That path at the end of it just leads you to an NPC, but we don't need to do a side quest for any trophy, so I just left him. And then continue up here, guys, to trigger a boss fight. I think this guy, he seems to be human to begin with, but then he kind of turns into a carcass. So I'm going to go with the carcass, you know, fire damage. But yeah, where I died back then, yeah, you have to loot that safe. You need the frosted cipher machine, so you need to make sure you got that. Remember, them cipher machines are needed for the tracker quest, and you have to complete that for a trophy. Yeah, it also leads you to a record anyway. So yes, I'm going to skip this cutscene with the Machio. Yeah, there will be some dialogue to begin with. Just get through that dialogue. Now there will be a critical choice after the fight. So once you beat him, expend the dialogue after it's short, you know, not too fast. So dialogue after the fight, go through it very slowly. So it's quite easy to pick the wrong option, because by the time you get to the right dialogue, it's already highlighting the wrong one. You don't have to choose the right dialogue, it just leads you to an item which you might want. I don't even go back and get the item, but I'm just pointing it out to you in case you do want to come back and get the missable item from him. So yes, just attack him to begin with. Do not use the throwables yet, you want to save him for his second stage. He will heal himself up at one point. Yes, here we go. As far as I know, you can't stop that. Yeah, because once he heals himself, you can't attack him. Maybe if you manage to like knock down all his health in one hit, maybe that'll work. But yeah, as far as I know, you can't avoid him healing up. He will only heal once though, by the way, which is good. So attack him, he'll heal once, then keep attacking him, and eventually, once you knock him down to about half health, yes, he'll turn into his carcass mode. And when he does that, move away, because there'll be like a massive blast of decay around him. There we go. Get away from him, guys. It's going to be massive blast of decay. That's it, and then start lobbing your throwables once he's recovered. Here we go. Yeah, so throwable time. Yeah, 30 minutes left of the video, guys. Getting close to the end. Yeah, you can try to use your perfect grindstone if you want to when he does a combo. Yeah, this guy does massive combos. Pretty much every boss does big combos. But perfect grindstone can be good to like perfect block every single one automatically, and also do like a lot of kind of stagger damage to them, to their stagger bar, which you can't even see. Yeah, so my weapon durability is pretty much destroyed. Yeah, it's all that DK. Yeah, it's a lot of status debuffs in this game, isn't there? From bosses. You got DK, I mean, about that mini boss with Shock. Some of them have Frost. But yeah, pretty much got him. There we go. Finish him off with a fatal attack. Yeah, so now be very careful with this critical choice. You'll get a trophy there, Honour and Revenge. Yeah, so very slowly advances dialogue. And at the end of his dialogue, you're going to choose to leave him. Yeah, so choose to leave him when given the option. So slowly advance it. Yes, there it is. So choose to leave him. Do not punish him. Choose to leave him. That's it. And then I don't follow up with that afterwards. But if you do, save your game here. So reset Stargazer, go back up, and then grab the item he drops. And that you'll also get humanity. That's it. So you leave him. You'll go back up there, grab the item in his place, and you'll get humanity. That's all you need to do. Like I say, it's not needed for trophies, just in case you want to do it. Right, so Stargazer should increase my stats a bit. Right, so from here. Yeah, so we're going to continue through the ship. I think I died after this bit as well once. So you'll see like a little like edit where I just like spliced it together. Yeah, I think altogether I probably died about 5 times in this DLC. Yeah, 5 times when I was recording this actually. The other deaths you don't quite see because I'd actually backed up my save and so I just reloaded. And so you don't notice them. But yeah, these two, I kind of had to splice it together. I could have left the deaths in, you know, but I just wanted to cut out a minute or two of me running back. Yeah, so there's a brief edit here. See it? There it is. Yeah, so you see that item on the left, you want to grab that. Yeah, that's a dim ergo crystal. And as you noticed, when we left that ship a moment ago, we looted the chest on the right just before we left. Inside there was a grindstone coating capsule, a miraculous enhancement ampule, and the book Madman's Journal. You don't need that book. I just looted the chest for the ampule and the capsule. That's the only reason. Yeah, then we're going to continue along these ice sheets. There'll be a cannon on top shooting you, so try to be quick. And on the left edge, before you go back in the ship, guys, yes, it's a vivid ergo crystal. So grab that and then continue in this next ship. This should be the last ship we have to go inside. So come inside here. You want to go up to the next floor, climb the ladder at the back. Yeah, that guy pretty much always does a fatal attack, fury attack when you first try to get past him. Yeah, so climb this ladder. And we want to go down onto the deck. You can drop down at the back there, it leads to some few more items, but I'm not going to get them. So at the end here of the deck, of the front deck, there's a chest at the end with a weapon inside. We need that weapon. Now be very careful of these enemies, they can very easily overwhelm you if you've got all 3 attacking you at once. So I'm going to try to take on 1 or 2 at a time. Yeah, and I don't know why, but the one on the mast at the end, he seems to be stronger than the rest. Yeah, so see how quickly these guys go down. Yeah, so a few hits and they're dead. You see? Yeah, but this guy over here, he seems to be stronger. Yeah, so that chest you want to do. I'm not quite sure if it's connected to his weapon or not. Yeah, this guy just seems stronger. You see, I'm doing much less damage to him. I don't know, maybe just a coincidence. Maybe it's linked to something else. Yes, that chest behind him, it'll drop the Silent Evangelist's mace. That's it. So Silent Evangelist's mace. Make sure you grab that weapon. Yeah, very important. So once you've got that weapon, drop down here on the side, come in this like little room, and in the side room will be a ladder. Drop down the ladder, guys. Carry on outside, back to the snow. Get a Stargazer. That's the frozen coast. And then we're about to leave the shipwreck area. So frozen coast, Stargazer, yeah, make sure you activate that. Yep, so once you've done so, to continue along here, and eventually you're going to go up a dock. Yeah, no longer on the ice. Yeah, goodbye frost enemies. Yeah, so we're finally on the dock. So once you're on the dock, you're going to go left, and then hang a right, and then left again, and you're going to go up to Krat Lighthouse. There's a few optional things. They're not optional, I mean you need them for trophies, but to continue with the story you'd have to just like follow the snow on the right. But yeah, go left first into a lighthouse. Yeah, get a Stargazer. Yeah, Krat Lighthouse Stargazer. So first of all, we're going to go upstairs and get the final gesture. Yeah, we should need one more gesture at the top of the stairs. Yeah, so go all the way to the top. There are a few items on the way up related to little side quests which we do not need to do. Providing you've already triggered the side quests, they might not appear until you trigger them. But of course I've avoided them altogether because you don't need to do them. So yes, climb this ladder, and at the top, guys, just run around and you get like a little cutscene afterwards. You're going to get a final gesture, which is peer into distance. You get a trophy to be human. Learn all gestures from the Forgotten Time. Yeah, so peer into distance, that's your new and final gesture.
Leia should be nearby.
Yes, so there it is, peer into distance. And then once you got that, all you want to do next is use your pocket watch and warp to Eventide Hotel. Yes, use your pocket watch and warp to Eventide Hotel. Just a few more side quests we need to complete before we continue. Right, once you arrive at the hotel, again, I've cut out loading screens. Yeah, so if you want to refill your Fable slots, go into the training area, but mine are already full. Now come to the tracker and report on Krat's Dark Secrets. You're basically going to hand in them 2 side quests you've already done from Cipher Machines. You'll get a Whirlwind Amulet and also an Ancient Disc ×1. Yeah, Whirlwind Amulet and Ancient Disc ×1, and also hand over the Frosted Cipher Machine to start the next quest. Yeah, hand over the Frosted Cipher Machine to start the quest and decode the Frosted Cipher Machine text. Now come to close and buy the Golden Record. Yeah, so buy the Golden Record of Nightmare, and if you haven't done so already, you also want to craft the Pale Knight Sword. I've got to do it here, I'll just come back later, but never mind. Yeah, so buy the Golden Record using an Ancient Disc, and then also craft the Pale Knight weapon. But if you don't do it now, we'll just do it later. And you'll come over to the save point, guys, and you'll warp to Zoo Tram Station. Yes, warp to Zoo Tram Station. Then we're going to come over to where Goddard was. We're going to grab the picture and the letter she drops, and then read these, and you'll find a record inside. Yeah, so read these both, guys, the picture and the letter, and you'll get a record, the clear blue sky. That's it. Then from there, yes, you want to warp to Krat Lighthouse. So now warp back to Krat Lighthouse. Yeah, once back at Lighthouse, go back to them spiral steps, but now you want to go down. You come to like a pressure plate at the bottom, stand on this plate and equip that Giant's Amulet. Yeah, you just got to equip it and you can quickly take it off. But I'll just show you what happens. So equip the Giant's Amulet, there it is. Yes, equip that, and you'll see it'll make the wall lower in front of you. Then you can change it straight away. Once you've triggered it, that's it, it's done. You cannot turn off. That's it. Come inside and grab the Lighthouse Keeper's Journal. Yeah, that's the final part of that Cipher Machine quest we need to do, but we'll complete it later. Just make sure you grab that, guys, the Lighthouse Keeper's Journal. Then come back to the snow and continue following the story path, and you'll eventually trigger a long cutscene. Yeah, so you find a house at the end here in Pleroma Forest.
Quote me on this, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
20 minutes to go.
Stalker is nearby.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long cutscene. Yes, involving Leia.
This is something very nice try, but fine. That's it.
That's it. Exhaust the dialogue. You'll get the damaged poster, and you'll eventually get control back.
Head out once you're ready. I'll wait for you outside.
So you want to leave the house, you want to go left and just continue with the next story path. Yeah, you get to your next Stargazer, Pleroma Forest Cave.
Come on, we need to follow her.
Yeah, on our way to final chapter now. I believe this one's chapter 4.
Be careful.
Chapter 5 is very, very quick. Yeah, chapter 5 is the quickest chapter. The chapters, they probably start off, I mean, chapter 1 is the longest, then chapter 2 is the second longest, then 3 is the third. Yeah, kind of how they work. They start off really long and then gradually get shorter and shorter. So trigger that Stargazer, then continue following the next path. Yeah, I actually died here as well. I think I died here twice actually. There's one amulet I want to get. This amulet increases throwable damage. I'm not sure why it's right at the end of the DLC. This is a really nice amulet. Shame can't get it a bit earlier or in the main game. Yeah, increases throwable damage. I'm not entirely sure how, by what percent. I've not actually tested it. But I'm sure it's at least, it's got to be at least 20% at least, surely. Yeah, so once you get down here to the frozen lake, go right, smash this crystal. That's it. You can see there's my ergo where I died. And you want to loot its chest. I mean, got to be careful, you can get kind of pushed into a corner here. But Leah should come and help you. Yeah, all I want to do is loot the chest, grab the amulet, guys, and then get out. Yes, there you go. Shepherd's amulet increases throwable damage. Yeah, really good amulet to have. Probably one of the best amulets in this DLC, if I'm honest, for throwable builds. You know, for reasons, as you can see. Yeah, so got this passage straight opposite. Continue upwards. That's it, to leave the cave and get to the upper part of the mountain. Yeah, nothing else really to collect. I am going to grab a few items on the way up. Like, we'll get a grindstone coating capsule, we'll get a ergo crystal and a miraculous recovery ampoule as well.
Your stance, the way you move, it's oddly familiar.
Yeah, so just continue up the snowy path. Yes, there's your first item. Yeah, grindstone coating capsule. And then over here on the left,
I will light the way.
yes, vivid ergo crystal. That's actually a radiant ergo chunk on New Game. Yeah, I've actually been through the DLC on New Game and New Game Plus. Yeah, it's a real shame that you can't get the golden records on New Game, or that they're even a requirement. Yeah, it's weird as well that they made it so you can get some of the records a bit earlier, didn't they? Like the mythical records, they made it so you can get them in New Game. But you still have to go into New Game Plus, so what was the point really of doing that? Yeah, so that's the final item I'm going to get, Miraculous Recovery Ampoule. And then I'm going to continue on up to the mansion. No need to knock out any enemies on the way up. There will be a few in the way, some large enemies as well, but I'm just going to run straight past them, guys. And continue up to the charity house, open the door, get inside and trigger another cutscene. Yeah, I just don't see why they made it so you can get some of the records earlier, but some of the others they didn't. Like, why do some and not the rest? Because you still have to go into New Game Plus if you want to get the rest, by which point you would have got them once they moved around anyway, so why? I just don't get it. I guess they made it so they're, I don't know, harder to miss, in a way. You know, so even on New Game Plus, you're not going to miss them, because you could potentially miss them on New Game and New Game Plus if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're not following a guide. Or maybe it's also for those players which just want to do a New Game playthrough, but also want to see all the different, you know, character endings. I don't know exactly why I did it, but yeah, I wish they would have moved the golden records around as well. Yeah, so here it is, the Monad Charity House, the final place of the DLC. Yeah, very, very quick area to get through. Probably going to get to the final boss in about 10 minutes. Probably not even that. There's only 15 minutes left of the guide, so yeah. The credits going for a long time, but of course I'm going to skip through the credits. So yes, open the door, be a little cutscene. Just going to skip that cutscene there. Trigger this next Stargazer. That's the Monad Charity House Stargazer. Continue on, open the next door and there'll be another cutscene. Again, I'm going to skip that cutscene. If you want to keep talking to Lee afterwards, you'll get a bit more dialogue, but it's not needed for trophies. Right, so once you get control back, I'm going to spin around and go up steps. As you can see, you do not need to get these items, these collectibles. I mean, you can grab that collectible near her if you grab it after the cutscene, or talk for her again, but you do not need it. Yeah, so upwards to the next floor, carry on through here, and there'll be a lot of kind of like staggered enemies. Yeah, these enemies, just leave them all, run straight past them all. There'll be one enemy you have to fight because he unlocks a door near him. You know the one because when you approach him he kind of aggroes towards you. You have to kill him. He's a carcass enemy as well. Yes, all the enemies in this bit are carcass enemies. So you want your amulet, which increases damages to carcasses, and also I guess a fire abrasive. Yeah, this guy, you have to beat him. He unlocks the door on the right. That's it. Just slash him a few times with your live puppet's axe. And the door is open. Loot his body for some goodies. Right, continue onwards. You have a bunch more enemies coming up soon. Now on the left down here is a shortcut. You see that shortcut door? Open it if you want to. Of course, as you see, I completely left it. I just ignored it. But yeah, shortcut door if you want to open it. I know what I'm doing, guys. That's just why I left them. Right, in the dining room, there are a few items. There'll be a bunch of enemies as well. I just want to loot the item at the far end because there's a ergo crystal. Yeah, there's this item over here, a vivid ergo crystal. I'm going to grab that and continue onwards to the next stargazer. Right, drop down this ladder, continue onwards, and you'll get to the Monad Charity House Cellar Stargazer. Yeah, I'm just going to rest to recover my durability and my health. Right, good to go. So we're going to go into the room on the right. There'll be some stairs leading down. Follow the stairs downwards to find yourself where all the barrels are kept. And in the far left corner will be like a small room with a ladder. Go into the far left room, here it is, and go up the ladder on the left. That's it, and the next stargazer is not too far away. Yeah, go through a study and use a small elevator. If you go through that little passage on the left back there, it'll lead you to a strong enemy, and there'll be a quartz at the end in a chest. Yeah, there'll be a quartz at the end. Yeah, but once at this elevator, come to the end here, guys, into the furthest room. Yes, and interact with this glowing bookcase to reveal a hidden area. That's it, and behind here, you eventually come to another stargazer. Valentina's study. Yeah, there it is, that stargazer. There's one more stargazer left, and then we're at the end of the game. So once you've activated that stargazer, I'm just going to level up a bit more. Yeah, so interact with this bookcase next to reveal another new path. Now these enemies down here where you drop down, destroy these two enemies because a bit later on there's going to be a secret passage open here and it's going to have a strong enemy behind it. So take out these two enemies now so you're not going to be a nuisance later on. That's it, take out the maid and a butler. Right, once you've done so, come to the main part of the library. That's it, and the ladder you want to climb is in the far right corner. Yes, here it is on the left. So climb this ladder. There's quite a lot of items in that room, but I'm not going to bother because there's so many enemies. We're pretty much at the end here now. So once on the upper floor, yeah, try not to fall down, I almost did. Yeah, so at the end here on the right there'll be like an item hidden behind the drawers, a radiant ergo crystal, there it is. And then go down the ladder nearby. That's it, down here, interact with the horse piece to make the bookcases move. That's it, move the bookcases. Now climb back up the ladder and now we can go along them. Now when we do go along the bookcases, we're going to jump across to the item. The item will be a miraculous enhancement ampule. Yeah, jump across. You don't have to get this, but I'm just showing you. So yeah, grab that, jump back. If you fall down by mistake, you've got to make your way back up there. You should remember the way up. Now grab the item next. Yeah, that's a resplendent ergo chunk. And then push the next horse piece. That's it. And now open a secret passage down here. And this is where the strong enemy is. So that's why we took out them two enemies earlier. Right, so yeah, take out the big guy next. A big carcass enemy. This is the final enemy before the boss. You have to kill this guy because he gives you the key which opens the next gate. Yeah, but it's a hard choice by the developers. You know, when we want to lock an enemy to a gate, when we want to connect them to a gate, do we make it so the enemy drops a key to the gate? Or do we make it so the enemy unlocks a gate? Yeah, I can imagine that would have been a very, very hard decision amongst the development team. Must have been a lot of arguments over that. But yeah, when you kill him, you're going to get the Rose Garden key, and he'll drop a quartz. Come use a key on the gate at the back. I guess they went for the option that he drops a key, not that when you kill him, he opens the gates. And this is the last Stargazer. Yes, this will be the Rose Garden entrance. Now you're going to get like a little notification here. If there's anything you need to do it now, it will tell you. Because basically once you beat the final boss, guys, all the NPCs will despawn from the DLC. You can still enter the DLC and run around and grab items, but all the NPCs will despawn. So make sure any side quests, anything you want to do that involve NPCs, you do it now. Yeah, before the last battle. So what we're going to do, we're going to rest. Now we're going to warp to Eventide Hotel Krat. So all I'm doing is I'm just doing anything related to trophies, guys. But anything related to anything else you want to do, of course, look at text guide and do them before you fight the final boss. So yes, Eventide Hotel, we're just doing trophy related stuff. So come over here to the tracker. Now I've completed that final cipher machine. We're going to hand it into him, report on the secrets, you'll get them outfits, and critical choice here, guys. Very, very important choice. So you want to choose they will be and Krat will be saved. So very important choice there. Choose they will be and Krat will be saved. You get humanity, you get record survivor, and you'll also get trophy, tracker of dark secrets. Decrypt all clues hidden inside the cipher machines and claim the rewards. Next up, I'm going to come to Klaus. I'm going to buy that final weapon. Yes, a pale knight. Yes, so craft that final weapon. That's it. That's a final boss weapon. We still need one more weapon, which you get for beating the final boss. But yes, make sure you bought the golden record from him, of course, Nightmare. And you crafted that boss weapon, the pale knight. Now, once you've done them, we're going to walk back to Rose Garden entrance and fight the final boss. Like I say, before you do this, make sure you've done everything. Klaus will despawn. The tracker will despawn. Make sure you bought all the golden records from the merchants from earlier. Remember, there's a golden record back in the Carnival and a golden record from the merchant also back in the Sea Cliffs area. Make sure you buy them first. That's it. Then once ready, come here and engage final boss. They're very, very important, guys. But if you follow me well, you should have everything that you need. You might want to make a save backup before you fight this guy, just in case you do mess him up and you didn't realise. Right, so once you start this fight, he's a puppet, by the way. So I've gone for electric. I think he's a puppet. Sometimes I think he's a human, but apparently he's a puppet. So yes, you want to help Leah get up, so you've got help in this fight. And he's got 2 health bars, so do not use the throwables yet. For the first stage, just use your weapon, guys, and your shields. That's it, save all your throwables and even your perfect grindstone for the second stage. The second stage, he loves to start with a massive combo, and he always seems to attack you. You know, similar to Lax Asia back on the main game, where when you trigger second phase, she always starts off with a massive combo, and the perfect grindstone comes in very useful at that point. Because just before he's about to do the combo, use the perfect grindstone and just block every single attack perfectly and take like 0 damage. Right, so second stage, here we go. So I've skipped the cutscenes, of course. Yeah, now it's entered full Terminator mode. Right, so it's about to do a massive combo. You can have a few throwables to be quick, then use your perfect grindstone, get ready to block. Here we go. Right, let's do it. So I'm going to block every single of his attacks. He's going to do a massive combo. Yeah, it's not finished yet. No, it's still not finished. Yes, combo goes on for ages. He's got one more attack here. The perfect grindstone normally just wears off near his final attack. Right, now I'm going to just smash into bits of my throwables. He's still going to me. Oh no, finally switched to Leah finally. Right, he might do a massive combo again. So save that perfect grindstone until you need it again, guys. Yeah, and keep your health topped up. Keep an eye on Leah's health as well. I've just staggered him with shot puts. Remember, as soon as you stagger him, or his bars flashing, switch to a shot put and lob one to stagger him instantly. And I don't remember his fatal attack doing so much damage to him. Yeah, this fatal attack's pretty nuts. I guess we're like double teaming him. Right, a few more throwables and he's toast. Yeah, so I'm going to skip the cutscenes, of course. You'll get a trophy for beating him, Blood Artist. Got a few more things you need to do at the end. Now get through a few cutscenes, guys, and you'll get another trophy, the Rose's Memory. That's for reaching the ending. So you get 1 trophy for beating him, and another trophy for reaching the ending. There we go, the Rose's Memory. And also, after the credits, and you get past the credits, and you'll get your rewards. You'll also get a final weapon, which should also pop the trophy, True Combat Gear Collector. If this trophy don't pop, then you've missed a weapon somewhere. Yeah, so True Combat Gear Collector. You'll get a trophy next for getting that final weapon. Yes, the Monage Rose Sword. And then after all that, you'll resume control back in the path of the pilgrim, back in the main game. So now what we're going to do, there's just one more thing we've got to do yet. Or sorry, two more things. So yeah, stories that remain. But of course I'm not doing them. I have noticed, I have put down all them side stories in my text guide. But yeah, I'm not doing them here because they're not needed. So you want to walk back to Eventide Hotel Stargazer. Once you get control back, yes, walk back to Eventide Hotel. Like I say, all the NPCs have now despawned. But we can still get a final record. Then we just need to play them all, guys, to get a final trophy for playing all the records. Yeah, so follow this light that butterflies have left for you. Follow it up here to the top. Open this gate at the far end. Now you've got the key to unlock it. Yes, secret rook key. Sorry, is it secret room key? Yeah, so unlock that gate and then come into here. Now inside here, you're going to find Lies Recollection. You need to read this fully, listen to it all, and you'll get the Record Survivor, the red version. You'll also get a picture and get a trophy. So yes, Lies Recollection, play it all to the end. That's it, play it to the end and you'll get Survivor, Record Red. Yes, that one. And you should also get a trophy, guys, Enduring Resolve. Listen to the Legend's last recording. So once you've done that, I'm just going to warp to Recent Stargazer, get back down to the bottom a bit quicker. Yeah, Recent Stargazer, or go back down a foot, it's up to you. Now it's going to listen to all the records and that'll be it. You don't have to listen to them fully, just click on each one so the game creates an autosave and it counts that you've played it once. Yeah, so over to the gramophone, play all the new DLC records. So as you can see, there should be 8. You've got 4 normal ones, you've got 3 golden and that 1 red one which we just got. So let's play them all once quickly, then on to the next. Once everyone has played, you'll get a trophy. Memories to Melody, collect and listen to all records from the Forgotten Time. And that's it, that'll be 100% trophies, guys, in the DLC. Like I say, if anything didn't work out, look at the text guide, you find everything in the text guide. All gestures, all weapons. For weapons, just search for weapons. Gesture, search for gestures. And for records, search for records. In the find and replace box, click on the little tab on the top right, find and replace, just type in what you want to look for and take you straight to it. Or if you look on the PSN profiles, do the same on that. Yes, search for whatever item you want to look for. And there it is, final trophy, guys, Memories Melody. And that's it, 100% in the DLC. And I think that's it. Do you think they're going to release another one? I think that'll be it now until Lies of P2 releases. I think they're working on it, aren't they? But yeah, I don't think there'll be any more DLC. But yes, thank you for watching, guys. That's my full DLC Overture guide in under 2 hours. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Maybe Metal Gear Solid 3 next week.